Hello there, I really want to thank you for the invitation to be with you here today, at least virtually. Congratulations on this new and exciting plan, a plan which aims to embed inclusive education initiatives and alternative access routes into higher education. You know that supporting students with intellectual disabilities reach their educational goals is a key priority of mine. We have so much work that we must do in this space. We cannot have a situation where a student with an intellectual disability or any disability faces a cliff edge after second level education. That simply can't be. And through our new National Access Plan, we are now supporting greater opportunities and enhanced engagement in higher education by students with an intellectual disability. This is going to see for the first time ring-fenced funding of €12 million to create a more inclusive education experience. This funding will see the development of universal design and inclusive practices in higher education. It will support student successes for all students and learners in higher education, and of course it will be of particular benefit to students with special educational needs, including autistic students. The second phase of this initiative will involve a competitive funding call. This is a new 3-year pathfinding pilot programme. We want to ask the sector, we want to ask our higher education institutions to come forward with their ideas and their programmes to include and empower students with intellectual disabilities. This phase will have a very strong emphasis on course provision for such students from within the higher education institutions' resources. This call will be launched later this year, and provision on these programmes is expected to commence next year in 2023. As part of continuing research in this area, additional engagement with both learners and the parents of learners will be required. We plan to procure expertise to support the Department and the Higher Education Authority in a structured engagement process to design that appropriate call for proposals in ways that facilitate suitable evaluations. The backdrop is the need to ensure that our higher education student body reflects the whole of society. We have limited provision in higher education for students with intellectual disability in comparison to our schools and our further education and training, and as I've said and suggested and passionately believe, that must change. Our higher education institutions that are endeavouring to serve these students are to be commended as pathfinders in this space. Trinity College Dublin is one of them. I am always blown away when I visit the Trinity College Centre for People with Intellectual Disabilities. They continue to show exceptional and inspiring leadership, and I want that leadership to become the norm. We all know that providing a fully inclusive learning environment is difficult. Creating opportunities for students with intellectual disabilities requires dedication, commitment, time, energy, resources in a way that works for all students. It requires us all to collectively consider how best to deliver real opportunities with tangible outcomes for students and their families. Success, of course, takes many forms, and we all grow when we have that sense of belonging, where our individual goals, our aspirations are supported. Transitioning from school to further or higher education can present both great opportunities and new challenges. My clear message here today is that further and higher education can and must be for everyone, and our mission as a relatively new department is to ensure that no one is left behind. I really look forward to working with each and every one of you. We now have the National Access Plan, we have the goal around intellectual disabilities and programmes across our colleges, our universities, and we have the funding. Together, let's make it happen. Thank you so much for inviting me to say a few words to you today. Gurmila Malov.